Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Use the options on the left to edit. It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we've got CJ Stroud. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Texans and the Patriots. All that and more coming up next.
From the home of many a title run and one of the NFL's most successful franchises, you're looking live at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt here with you once again. Is this week going to be a step in the right direction for one of our teams we've got, Brock, both of whom haven't played the type of ball early in the season that they want, both coming into this one below 500.
And you and I both know we're not math majors, but we do know this. You stay below 500 in this league, well, you're going to be headed to the top of next spring's NFL draft order. We're not to that point yet, but whoever comes out short here will find themselves a whole lot closer to it.
Five weeks come and gone already, and we're off here in Week 6 on EA Sports. Return starts at the 3. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. So out come the Patriots, ready for their first possession. Leading them out, the 3rd overall pick in this year's draft after a decorated career at UNC, it's Drake May.
Drake entered the league as a top 5 pick because he checks a lot of boxes. Just the way you want him. Tall, athletic, great arm. 1 year at North Carolina, put on an absolute show. And yeah, 2nd year as a starter took a little bit of a beating and some question whether or not he was still a top 5 pick. The ability, there's no question there. It is now the consistency in taking care of the football that will be a big part of Drake's career.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to the air, Brissett. And he won't escape this. The Texans take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Might just be a little late to get the ground game going, opening up this game with back-to-back passes. But when you come out of the gate slow and you put yourself behind the sticks, you really don't get into that rhythm you want to find early.
He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. He's got this at the 27, and he's brought down before the return gets far. So now it's the Texans' turn to take the field for the first time. And leading them out is someone who became an absolute superstar last year as a rookie. Drafted 2nd in 2023, it's CJ Stroud.
That's a loss last week, Kate, that he wears. He's worn it all week long, and I know he isn't the only guy out there. There's 11 on the side on every play. With a couple of interceptions, he's going to hold himself accountable. A lot of work's gone into making sure this week's game is an improvement on that.
Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Second and 3 now. Keeping it with Mixon. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Caught by Collins on the slant. And that's good for a gain of 5. Jelani Tavai ranging in for the stop. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. From the gun, Stroud. Pass taken in by Diggs. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
They hit him for 5 yards on 4th down and get the successful conversion. Opening drive going according to plan. This is 1st and 10 at the 36. To the air, Stroud. Complete to Dell. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And it sets up a Houston first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. Connection made to Dell. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Mixon goes up and over for the touchdown. The Texans have a great first drive and get the game's first points. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Point after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Antonio Gibson now to return it. He's got a lane up past the 30. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. New England taking the field. Its second series of the game coming up. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. They've got a man in motion. Brissett with it on 1st. He gets it into the hands of Jalen Polk. And he'll get it up to the 44. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now the first carry of the game for Ramondre Stevenson. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. The tackle there by Danielle Hunter. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, Brissett. It's complete to Hunter Henry. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Brissett. On a quick slant, it finds Polk. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And the Patriots will have a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
He'll run for the first time here with Antonio Gibson. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Again, it's Gibson. And he's brought down for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
3rd down, it's Brissett. Cut by Gibson. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
Whether they meant to go to him or it was an adjustment on the fly, that's not the read that was going to beat this defense for a 1st down. That look, well, this crew defensively was prepared for and knew how to keep it short of the marker.
Badgley able to knock it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset they couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
His return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Texans and running back Joe Mixon headed out for their next series. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Stroud from the pistol. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 34. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun now for Stroud. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. 6 yards on the play and enough for a 1st.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the 1st down.
He's out in the clear. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
Kate, you know by now I'm not shy about referencing movies during a game, and that run, that was a picture-perfect script. You get the defense thinking one thing, looking one way, then bam! You surprise them with a twist, and head the other way for a big run.
Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Jabril Peppers bringing that one to an end. 5 men in the secondary for the Pats. 3rd down. Throwing is Stroud. Dell's got it near the sideline. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. That's good for 7 yards. And it sets up a Houston 1st. Running with Mixon out of the gun. And he'll get down to the 21-yard line before he stopped. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. On the ground again with Mixon. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a 1st down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Running left is Mixon. And he stopped down at the 16 after a small gain. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Stroud. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. So that play doesn't work out, but things make it even worse for them. Looks like one of their big guys out front is in need of a look from the training staff. Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this 4th down. It's from the left hash, 33 yards. Everly's kick is good. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Starting from the 5. He's got a lane up past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The New England offense running out now. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Reset now on 1st and 10. Finds his man. It's Javon Baker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's a New England first down. A give up the middle to Stevenson. This is ahead for about 5. Look at Jimmy Ward getting up there to make that stop. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. From the 37. Caught quickly on the slant. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Brissett. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete. Couldn't connect on first, it's 2nd down. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
Gosh, I love that creativity of the play call. Name of the game is putting the ball in the hands of your best, your playmakers, creating matchups for them to take advantage. And this time, not as a receiver, but as a runner. That is job well done.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll run, Gibson. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Give him 4 on that play, so now they've got 2nd and goal. Throwing from the gun here. And he scores. It's a New England touchdown. The Patriots reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Jalen Polk the touchdown. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
The Patriots kick team out there as they send it away. He fields it from the 8. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This has the makings of a shootout, a lot of points, but still tied as we reach the end of 1. It's 10-all on the scoreboard. More from Gillette Stadium in just a minute. Welcome back. We'll begin the 2nd quarter with the Texans in possession. They've got a first to begin the frame. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Jukes one defender. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down, just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Stroud throwing here on 1st. This one quickly to Dell. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. A give to Mixon up the middle. Broke through the tackle. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. They're going to run here. It's Mixon. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Mixon. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He manages a couple, and they are right on the verge of it. 3rd and goal from the 1. Stroud off the play fake. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. Running for it, Mixon. And he gets in, touchdown! The Texans take a 2nd quarter lead. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. So, Brock, they take a gamble, and it pays off with a big touchdown on 4th and goal.
And they do it on the ground as well, and that just speaks volumes. That's confidence that you can own this line of scrimmage, and your back will see a lane and will get the job done. That just infuses your team and your sidelines with so much confidence.
Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans break that tie and now lead by 7. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Patriots and Jalen Polk running to the field. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building. That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
He's running with it. Give him 8 yards on the play. And the Patriots will have a 1st down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Brissett. He puts some juice on it deep. Brought in inside the 20. Touchdown, New England! The Patriots can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Jalen Polk, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one right down the middle. And the Patriots make it 17-all. The Patriots kick team out there as they send it away. This return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Texans back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And he has run roughshod over them in this opening half. Pretty sure this is the exact kind of start that he was hoping to have here. First down, Stroud. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
From the gun, Stroud. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. Now it's Stroud. Has his man. It's Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. Going right side, Mixon with it. And he'll advance this down to the 38-yard line. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down. Now it's Kaimi Fairbairn on to try it for the Texans. From the right hash, 55 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they've taken back the lead.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
On the return, here's Gibson. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here's New England, ready once again on offense. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. Starting on the ground here with Stevenson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Brissett. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Man in motion here. Brissett with it on first. Henry on the catch. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. From the shotgun, Brissett. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Off the play fake, Brissett. And he's intercepted for the first time this year. Christian Harris picks it off. And the Texans will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Such a huge point of emphasis for so many defenses, clogging up the middle of the field. They saw that receiver enter the middle and did a terrific job of baiting the quarterback into the throw, and an even better job of forcing the interception.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Now a give to Mixon, and the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Hauled down that time by Jonathan Jones. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. To the air, Stroud. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. This one intended for the running back. And that'll bring up 4th down. Texans gonna kick this away on 4th, and it's Tommy Townsend on for the punt. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Now it's Brissett. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
My goodness, was that some kind of speed off the edge. There's only a handful of tackles in this league that have the lateral movement to stay in front of an end like that. It may be time for this quarterback to start mixing up his cadence, his count, certainly making sure this defensive end can't get off the way that he has.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. He has it at the 33. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt goes 63 yards. And it's going to be Texans football. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. 1st and 10, a run to Mixon. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Dumps it off to his running back. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Gillette. The Texans with a long field ahead. A tight end in motion now. 3rd down, Mixon gets it. And in a rarity today, he stopped at the line of scrimmage. Timeout taken by the Patriots. They're 1st to 3. The Texans set to punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Pats will take over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Blitz coming, Brissett. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Jalen Petrie. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick six. He not only broke on it to make the pick, Brock, but he was on the move real quick, knowing short field, there's a great chance that he could take that one back for a touchdown.
That's exactly right. In this area of the field, an offense really only gets a second or two to react to that pick and get over and cut off his lanes, and if you don't, well, it's 6 the other way.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans make it a 10-point ball game. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Brissett back to the air after the pick. It is caught left side. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Back to the air, Brissett. Escapes the pocket. He's on the move. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Play made that time by Danico Autry. 3rd down, it's Brissett. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Christian Harris picks it off. And the Texans are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Stroud. Complete to Dell. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Pass caught by Mixon. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. That's Matthew Judon in on the tackle. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Here's Stroud. And he will go down. The Patriots make the play. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
On 3rd and long, it's Stroud. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
This drive starts with barely any time left. 13 seconds in the half. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. We've come to halftime. The Texans in unfriendly confines. But hey, they've got the lead. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window. to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started over at the Superdome in New Orleans. And it's the Saints who have the lead in the second quarter. Cedric Wilson, a touchdown reception. From there, let's get to Philadelphia as we check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. A touchdown pass there for Jalen Hurts. It was Joe Mixon who had it working in the first half. He's over 100 yards rushing for the game already and found the end zone twice as well. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
He fields it from the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Texans returning their offense and this running back to the field. And I think we can agree the plan to keep him out of the end zone, it hasn't quite worked so well for this defense, at least not yet. He scored twice, really being the one his group can turn to for a spark or a big play when they've needed it. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Stroud. Connection made to Dell. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Stroud throwing here on 1st. He's got him. That's Mixon. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it sets up a Houston 1st. Looking to throw, Stroud. We've got a screen to the running back. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. On the carry, this is Mixon. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Bails out of the pocket quick. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Everly's kick is good. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Brissett completes this one to Baker. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Desmond King up to make the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's Brissett. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Went way outside there trying to work that sideline, Brock, but by the time the ball had arrived, well, the defender had to knock that ball out.
I think you see my reaction in the booth every time we see that throw, because I can close my eyes and remember the terror that I felt as a quarterback when you let that ball go and you're throwing it all the way to the boundary. There's some risk reward, and that time, well, there was no reward. You know, Kate, years ago, my old high school receiver and I got together for a football camp. I could still close my eyes and throw him that slant. We've done it millions of times. You get a QB receiver connection like that, it's dynamite.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That's why you often see some high percentage pass plays on 1st and 10. You got to keep a defense honest. They're always looking for a run in that situation and a chance to stack them up for 2nd and long.
On 2nd down, it's Stevenson. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Complete beyond the marker. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a New England 1st down. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Jalen Petrie there on the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They put a receiver in motion right. The give inside to Stevenson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. Shotgun now for Brissett. On the move, headed right. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Now on the Patriots field goal try, it's Chad Ryland. This from 40 on the right hash. Badgley able to knock it through. And that makes things a little closer. It's now a 10-point game.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. On play action, here's Stroud. Flushed out of the pocket. Steps up, and he's running with it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. 1st down, Stroud. He's on the move. He calls his own number again. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
He goes back to him yet again, complete. And he gets him around 6 there. Kyle Duggar holding him down. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. A throw left side, caught by Brown. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. This is Mixon. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Buys time, rolling right. He tucks it and takes off. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Stroud off the play fake. We put way too much on that one, Brock. Over the end zone and out.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Pushing for the end zone, and he lost the football. It's not loose. Scooped up by the Patriots.
I'll tell you what, you throw in such a compacted area down here tight in the red zone, these receivers, tight ends, don't always have a chance to get a great grip on the ball before that defender arrives. And that defender arrived with some bad intentions. He closed quick and made a play of the game, knocking it free and forcing the turnover.
The Patriot offense making their return to the field. And the open lanes, the beautiful windows that he no doubt dreamt about before this game, Brock, well, they just haven't been there. It's almost like the defense challenged itself between the pass rush and the secondary. Who could make more big plays here?
Yeah, you're talking about the difference between the practice.
So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. Oh, fullback's got it. Look at the power. And he's in for the touchdown. The Texans make it a 16-point ball game. If there's an argument for continuing to rely on a fullback, Brock, it is plays just like that that remind us. They're pretty good at barreling in for touchdowns when they're given the chance.
And you know the greatest fullback name ever? Maybe you need to name your son Sam Gash. Because that dude, when I think fullback, I think Sam Gash just gashing people for touchdowns.
Point after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans take a 3-possession lead. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Kickoff taken at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Brissett. Finds his man over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. This set it down starts with an option right. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
He locates a couple of yards through that chaos. Look at Jimmy Ward getting up there to make that stop. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to push one deep down. He's got it inside the 25. And he's into the end zone for a New England touchdown. The Patriots shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Javon Baker with the touchdown. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Ryland able to connect on the point after. And the Patriots cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. He fields it from the 8. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. From the gun, Stroud. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. And he's in! Touchdown, Houston! The Texans make it a 16-point ball game. It's a Stephon Diggs touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans take a 3-possession lead. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Return starts at the 3. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Gibson here from the gun. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And they had that one contained right at the line. Desmond King up to make the tackle. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Now it's Brissett. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. From the gun, a give to Stevenson. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Here's Gibson on 2nd down. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
A very active quarter for us. Plenty of points in that frame as we reach the end of 3. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Throwing now, Brissett. That's taken in by Henry. And he'll get this through midfield and starts pushing into Texans territory. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Now Brissett to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. They're set up at the 35 now. Brissett with it on 1st. Flush down out to his left. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Another try following the sack. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And we'll pause here for an injured Texans player. Looks like he's shaken up, and they'll get someone out there to look at him. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Back to throw. Here's Brissett. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these.
We've got a fumble pretty close to midfield. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. Well, whether they recover that one or not, either way, they were turning the ball over there. But no doubt, probably stings a little bit extra fumbling it away instead of just being stopped short.
It sure does, because look at the defense. Look at what you just gave them momentum-wise. Not just the ball, but the spirit of those guys knowing, yeah, they not only stuffed you, but they could rip that ball away from you too.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. A handoff for Mixon, running right. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Buying some time right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up. Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, Kate. I know you do. And this one was about will power. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try at that 1st down.
And this one gets out of bounds. It was pushing some distance towards the goal line, but gets out at the 5. The Patriots offense all set to go. And I'm sure they all got a stern lecture on ball security between possessions after they fumbled it away on their last series. Throwing from near his own goal line. Getting out to his left. He's going to keep it this time. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Patriots will have a 1st down.
Well, I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. And it's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Let's be real clear. There is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they've made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes. And it just seems like, Kate, constantly, they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Here's Brissett to throw. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
He'll get this to Henry. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Brissett. He beams one deep right side. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Here's Brissett. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. Now following the play, one of the Texans banged up in some pain. We're going to pause as he gets checked on. Offense staying out here. It's 4th and 11. Now Brissett on 4th down. Oh, he put everything he had in it. That's complete inside the 35. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? Gets him the first on 4th down.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Brissett now on 1st and 10. Finds his man. It's Demario Douglas. And he's into the end zone for a New England touchdown. The Patriots get it back to within 2 possessions. Demario Douglas with the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Ryland tacks on the extra point. And the Patriots cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Pierce now on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The visitors and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Hits his running back. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. It's a pickup of 11. And it sets up a Houston first. Stroud has him on the quick hitter. And this one does not go far.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And he's brought down for a loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him add in a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements ever.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
I'm just looking at this hourglass of saying, Kate, and realizing there's not much time left for this team. But the only chance they had was to create a sack right there. Give a little momentum to their offense, who now has no margin for error. You got to go score.
So out now comes the punter. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it's going to be their football coming up. On 1st down, it's Brissett. Throw reeled in by Stevenson. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the shotgun, Brissett. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up. Shotgun now for Brissett. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow,
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you are on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just sling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
Let's see what they dial up on a second and very long. Finding Collins. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
And they'll stop him after a short pickup to the 24. You got 3 on the run. That's going to bring up 4th and 4. Now it's Kaimi Fairbairn on to try it for the Texans. From the right hash, this is going to be a 41-yarder. Everly's kick is good. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
Those 3 points could go a long way to securing this W. Makes it a lot more comfortable knowing the other side's got to score a couple touchdowns now. A touchdown to field goal's not going to get it done anymore.
Return starts at the 9. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Patriots running their offense out there. And the last time we saw them, Brock, they took a risk, went for it on their own half of the field, but it didn't work out. They've got first down from the 31. Going play action here. Brissett escapes the pocket. Ooh, look at this. Here he goes.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's a New England first down. Brissett to throw it. Cut by Gibson. He'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. Offense in the hurry up here. Off the play fake, Brissett. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it's going to be second down. Back to the air, Brissett. Henry on the catch. And they get this down to the 28. To the air yet again, Brissett. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Second down. Here's Brissett again. He's got... Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Patriots trying to hustle everyone up to the line. Here he is to throw. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Stingley Jr. And the Texans will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
Houston's offense back out now and ready to go. They're looking to just hang on to the ball through the finish. Defense has all of its timeouts, but with this game out of reach, a good chance they just let it run. Now begin with a run by Mixon. In the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. Timeout taken by the Patriots. They're first to 3. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Takes off right out of the read option. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Now we're going to have a timeout by New England. It's second. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. A give to Mixon up the middle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. The Texans only moments away from finalizing their win as they take a knee.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Texans come away with the road win. And just a week after being soundly defeated, they're back out there playing a much better brand of football. Short memories prevail, Brock, as they move past that loss and get back to some winning football. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Texans, as with that, we'll sign off from New England.